disrespect. This ain't nothing bad. So I said, let me see what he can do.
But Larry had something that most white boys don't have. Just say that. Just keep it real.
Man,
Larry was different now. Larry was different now.
He had a little bit of nigger.
Yeah, he was different now. He was different now. Larry was different now.
That boy, he can play, man. He turned it out. We played on a team in college in a tournament together. This is the first time I ever sat on the bench. Him and I were on the bench. And we was like, the guys in front of us wasn't better than us, but Kentucky head coach was coaching the team, so he started 3 guys from Kentucky. So we said, okay. But when we got in the game, we turned it out. But I saw this dude eat Jack Givens up. He was player of the year that year.
Kentucky, right?
Yeah, from Kentucky. And Larry Bird was just slicing and dicing him. And I said, oh, I called home. I said, it's true about this boy. I was calling everybody, this dude can play.
I don't know how this is gonna play with America, right? but let me just tell you what this dude told me one time, right? All back line at one time it was Kelly Tripucka, Bill Laimbeer, Ken Benson, 3 white dudes. We walk out on the court and he said, who guarding me? You ain't got no brothers? he's like, you
Disrespecting me.
That's what he said.
Up.
That's exactly what he said. He said, hey, man, you can't put no white dude on me. That is straight disrespect, right? He said, don't put no white dude on me. So the next year we come back, I said, I got somebody for your ass. He said, who you got? I said, Robin. He said, okay, he's a little better. He said, but don't ever put no white dude on me because that is disrespectful.
Let me tell y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that cone. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats, and we always mentioning him. He was the shit. Yeah, shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold. Cold dude. Real cold.
I remember sitting on the bench watching Kevin McHale and Larry Bird. And Larry Bird did something. To me, I'm still marveled at this. And he got so many people. It was a timeout. And one of our teammates, Bart Kofold, had a camera. Right. He's taking pictures. So Larry Bird came over there and looked at our bench. And he said, 3-pointer. From right over here. So I'm sitting over there looking like Babe Ruth, calling your shot already, right? Yeah. So Isaiah, I'm sitting there looking. He looked down at the floor. Hell, everybody looked down at the floor. He like he threw something, and he hit a 3.
Oh, can you believe that?
And I remember Kevin kind of looking over at the bench like this is gonna be a long night.
Larry shooting the 3-pointer, and then I called a timeout, and they didn't count the 3-pointer. So he's very upset with that, so I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the play, Case. Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay, all right. Then you should take the ball out and give it to Kevin, then you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way. And then true to his word, in Phoenix, he goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the Phoenix bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says, I'm getting the ball, I'm going to put it in the hoop. And he says, watch my hand as I follow through. The ball is thrown into Kevin. Kevin gets to Larry. Larry fires it up, puts a hand in the air as he continues on to the dressing room. Now that's what you call arrogance.
Where is he in the hierarchy of the game? Because I think you said like, he's someone who gets looked over for some reason. Maybe because he is white or maybe because he wasn't athletic, but he had all the game in the world.
Definitely top 10.
You got to be in the top 10. And I think, like you said,
he's overlooked. I think, just like anything else, time has a way of just
Forgetting the past.
making people forget about the past. If you go back and you ask guys, I'm 60 now, 63, but if you go back 20 years now, when I was 40, you ask guys about Larry Bird, they'll tell you, and brothers at the barbershop, that's a bad white boy.
Yeah.
They give you props. That's the bad white boy right there, right?
The baddest.
So if you go way back, he probably would be in the top 10. But I think right now, today's game and today's world, the way we're talking about players right now, definitely top 10. Larry Bird was the real shit.
Everybody's saying that, bro.
People, in the story about him telling, Doug, no, you better put a black guy on me. All that shit's true. Because he was like, you disrespected me putting a white guy on me. Ain't no white guy can guard me. You better put a brother on me. I mean, that's how he was.
And then some of the brothers couldn't
do it. And they couldn't do nothing with him. He said the only one that could was Coop.
1991, Game 5 in the old Boston Garden. Larry goes down with an injury late in the second quarter. Larry goes down, goes to locker room. Start to third, no Larry. Couple minutes go by, no Larry. We're looking at one another like, okay, we got a chance. We're going to do this. We're going to beat the Celtics in the Garden. No. Doctor says you had enough. You can't go back out there. Enough's enough, Larry. Come on back and this. 6:46. I remember it to this day of the third quarter. And I remember looking at Chuck, and we said to ourselves, "You in trouble." Oh. That's what we said. In those 6 minutes, Celtics go on a 33-14 run. And they beat us in Game 5. But that moment of watching you, look, I know you're supposed to be competitors, but I'm going against the guy who I patterned my game after, and you put on an unbelievable performance.
My favorite trash talking by Larry, and Kevin was a pretty good trash talker too, but Larry was when they trash talk coaches, like when they trash talk Hubie Brown, and they're sitting there and playing in Madison Square Garden, and he's just going like taking the ball out of bounds in front of their bench, so the whole bench can hear him,
right?
And go like, Hubie, this all you got for me tonight? Like you got no one else that can guard me? This is getting ridiculous, And then Hubie would put in like Johnny Newman would be running in the game. He goes, wait, are you serious? That's the guy you're putting on me? But it was those subtle things that he said that were just, they were so funny, but we loved it. But even the other bench, even Hubie's team in New York is like laughing at Bird's trash talking.